Hello and welcome to Jomez Pro Round 2 coverage from the 2018 PDGA Disc Golf World Championships from Smugglers Notch, Vermont. You got BigSexy commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
In round 1, we saw Calvin Heimburg off to a blistering start, just doing incredible things. 2 bogeys on the course and still shut 11 down. The incredible heroic eagle on hole 7. Nate Sexton and a slew of others right there behind him. And we're off right here. We're playing Brewster Ridge.
Yeah, the more wooded of our 2 courses. This is kind of that technical side. Some hills, some out of bounds still, but definitely a more wooded traditional disc golf type of feel. Hole 1, 315-foot par 3, finishing ever so slightly right, but honestly a dead straight shot is perfect here.
Starting us off from Safety Harbor, Florida, Calvin Heimburg.
Calvin doesn't throw too many forehands, and this course is very technical, so we're going to see a lot of putters, a lot of mid-ranges.
This was a beat-up DX rock.
And see how the young kid handles the pressure of being first place at the World Championships.
He's been lead card before in 2015, I believe, but he is only 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of misses that shot, but pretty fortunate to sneak through all the way up to the Circle 2 area.
Sexton.
And when was the last time you were on lead card at the World Championships?
I don't know.
Has it ever happened?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, it's certainly happening here.
Yeah, I'm glad to see it now.
This hole sets up really well for a forehand with a straight fairway driver. Obviously, going with the Nate Sexton Firebird here.
Yeah, I'm going with kind of a medium overstable one. Throw it on a little Anheuser.
And that's pretty much the perfect line. Maybe just a little bit of skip. Well inside the circle. Beautiful shot there. Textbook.
Next up from St. Louis, Missouri, Nikko Locastro.
If you think Nico's shirt's nice, wait till you see his pants.
There we go, the cheetah joggers.
Oh, man.
This was a calculated move by Nikko to unseat the skinny florals of Eagle McMahon as the hottest pants available on the disc golf tour.
The good thing about these is I don't think there's going to be any rips in the crotch.
You wouldn't think so. That is ripped over just a little bit with his Brinster Destroyer. Hits the trees on the left, fortunate to kick right. Should have a pretty easy approach shot.
James Conrad.
And James, if he's inside 350, it's a JK AVR.
Yeah,
He's
no
just
doubt.
going to take a rip on that thing. All he needs to do is throw it straight at that bushy little tree. That is not more than 15 feet from the basket.
What would make more sense? Innova changing the name of the disc from the JK AVR to the JC AVR, or for James to just change his last name to Conrad, spelled with a K?
I like the second option. And just like you would hope, he's heading straight for that tree, squeaking just along to the basket. Perfect shot.
Simple game. It really is.
I'm going to see Nikko first from about 120. That should be fine. Calvin from 50. Big birdie putt, just left.
And that was really fortunate to get there. Squeeze through some trees.
Here's me for birdie. Not happy about that result.
Wow.
I like the putt.
That's a really unfortunate break for a great putt. Not that it really changed the way you putted it at all, but at any point did you think this is, I know it's silly because it's so early, but this is for a share of the lead of the World Championships?
I mean, I knew it, but in a fun way. Like, not like in a, oh man, whoa, because there's still like 3-4 rounds to go. But I knew that was, I was a little annoyed. I was like, come on, man. These baskets need to know they're on the big stage.
Right.
You got to hold that.
You still have 89 holes to go.
Yeah.
That's a lot of holes.
No, not that many.
Right?
There's 90 holes in the tournament.
Oh, so I'm sorry. So 71 holes.
71 holes to play. Yeah. Good birdie from James there. Hole 2, par 4, 550 feet. Starts out as a straight shot, kind of up this tunnel. You really do need to finish a little bit right, though, to set up your line down the secondary tunnel, which is a little more narrow. Also, you've got the rock wall down the entire right side as out of bounds. If you go left off the tee here, it's really nothing. You got to just lay up.
Yeah, there's kind of technically a secondary route here on the backside of the second half of the fairway.
Yeah.
But really, this main fairway that the drone is flying is exactly the way that you want to go. It's really difficult to navigate. 2 precise shots will get you inside the green and then look at a tough birdie.
I think this is some type of leopard.
Oh, and look at this thing drifting slightly right. Back up into the money. That is exactly where you want to be. Just past these trees, past the short pad is in the ideal spot.
That's a perfect shot. And Calvin said, I'll show you perfect-er.
I don't.
That's 35, 40 feet past James. It's the best drive I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one that could have ever contended for that one as far up the fairway as that is. That's insane.
And that's a little bit of a fluff on my Leopard 3.
Gotta say I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, man. I'll go ahead and start making excuses. I was pissed about the spit out.
Oh, gosh,
No,
everyone. Here it comes.
No, honestly, though, it was just a fluff. Nikko, similarly fluffy.
Oh, and that's...
But a nice kick.
Yeah, and that's... If he can throw a tight backhand that stands up, he could potentially get inside putting range. You, however, are going to have to play this little sidearm layup shot, which is about all you can do from there.
Yeah, just threw an R-Pro dart there, set up a chance to save par. There's really nothing from there. Nikko's going to go with a forehand flex. He has an opportunity to reach the green here, but if he's too...
Don't.
Oh, boy. Too tight. Hits the right side of the tree. Huge risk there, but yeah, he's out of bounds. Luckily, though, he does have that secondary fairway you were talking about to get to the basket.
James, that's just, again, easy.
Yep.
Leopard up the fairway, putted to the basket.
Yep. And Calvin said, that looked good. I like throwing putters, too. I'll just hit the pole.
That's making it really fun.
Those drives that are just, I mean, I don't know if it comes through on the video, but if you ever get the chance to come to these courses, for one, count yourself lucky. And for two,
yeah, no doubt,
just get ready to be shocked at how close those guys were off this tee pad. Here I go with my mortar.
And that's a good par there.
Nikko has this for bogey. Obviously not happy with that.
Only 13% of the field birdieing. Hole 2. Third hardest hole in the course. It's not an easy one to get, obviously. You can see how technical it is. The out of bounds on the right side the whole way really just seems to come in play anytime a disc is... a tree is hit, you're kicking into a spot where you can't get up and down, or you're out of bounds. It's just very rare that you get a good kick right into the middle of the fairway.
The landing zone is just so specific off the tee. I think that's what really makes it difficult. Hole 3, par 3, 325. This one is not so difficult. It is pretty uphill off the tee, so you can't really see the landing zone. You can just see the very top of the flag of this elevated basket. But you just try to key in on that big pine tree, get up there anywhere near it, and have yourself a little putt.
It is over that knoll, so you can't see the basket, but the flag is just high enough that if you are 6'6", you can see the flag from the tee.
Even a mere mortal like me can see the flag.
Okay, all right. So many people can see the flag, but I'm not sure if I'm buying 325 feet. I just feel like
a little shorter, perhaps.
Yeah, I feel like it plays closer to 290, and that makes a big difference at that range. You know, obviously if it was 370, James would still go with the putter there, but
James putter, Calvin rock.
Okay. It's a pretty common play. Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice second shot.
Really nicely slowed down the nose up angle.
I go with Leopard 3 just so I can kind of throw it smooth.
Look at that. So we have putter, mid-range, fairway driver.
Yeah.
Nikko's going to go with some sort of destroyer boss thing.
It's not far at all, but I just prefer to throw that half speed.
Sure, we all have our comfort zones. And
Nikko goes with that Nikko flex.
Yep, and that's looking really nice too. Look at this.
Great shot.
Hole 3 coming in at the easiest hole of on the day at 2.53. I'd say it's one that, of all the par 3s out here, I mean, obviously since it's playing the easiest, you know that you feel like you have to get it, but this is just one that the easy holes in this course are not nearly as easy as Fox Run. Yet the hard holes in this course are not nearly as hard as Fox Run. It's an interesting dynamic.
Here I am from 32.
Oh. I'm not going to say that wasn't a great putt. It went in.
It was
but
a little left.
A little left side, so
Yeah.
maybe kind of a makeup.
I like that. Nikko, after that beautiful little flex drive. Great putt.
James off to a hot start here. 3 down through 3. It's not Thanksgiving, but serve this man up a turkey.
Yeah. Early morning turkey. Well, actually, this is afternoon, but
Well,
early in the day turkey.
yeah.
Hole 4, par 4, 525 feet. Kind of a similar feel to hole 2 in that you have this drive that has to move a little bit right, find a very specific landing zone, and then you've got to go up to the basket over the stone wall.
I'm sorry, but that's not AJ, man. You can't pull it off. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but that's.
I'm ready to ignore these guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna tell viewers at home. Let me know what to do. But I'm gonna start ignoring all these dance moves. Sorry, guys. The drone's flying. I got a job to do. Sorry. Funny while it lasted.
Maybe the 3rd or 4th time through the rounds, we might acknowledge. Oh yeah, I guess this guy's been here for a while.
I'm gonna full on ignore him from here on out.
All right, deal. Wow, what is this?
That is a mash from James in the perfect center of the fairway. Absolutely beautifully shaped shot.
Wow. Calvin throwing a very similar shot, and is this past James again? Is he one-upping James once
by
again?
like 30 or 40 feet. Like that's, again, the best drive I've ever seen.
He's just got a catapult attached to his arm.
Yeah, I'm going with forehand orc, but this is a little too inside. I need a gentle skip here, and it's somewhat gentle, but you don't like that spot. There's not a lot of options from there. If I'm even just 20 feet to the left.
The forehand play is so tough on this hole. And Nikko going with the unorthodox roller here. What?
He got rooted.
So many roots, so many tiny rocks in these fairways that happens so often. You don't see too many rollers, especially on this half of the course, or this half of the complex.
And Nikko over the wall.
Wow.
Big skip, and that's edge of circle, really. I mean, just maybe a little outside.
Fantastic approach.
I'm trying to make something happen. Forehand roller, but it ticks a tree, and it's off in no man's land.
Over by the stone walls.
And now we move up to the perfect drives.
Yeah.
James going to go putter, of course. Just right down the middle, sliding to the pin.
This guy is just annihilating this course. I mean, it's not just that he's getting birdies. It's just that there's been no stress.
It's bullseyes.
Yeah, it's just park jobs. He hasn't even had to make a James Conrad putt. And we are looking at the 2018 World Putting Champion.
Yeah. Give the man his due.
And not only did he win, he ran away.
Yeah.
The scoring system, I'm not going to get into it, but the second place, 29 points. James Conrad, 39 points.
Nate Sexton, 18 points. So he's killing it out there.
Yeah. Well, what are you saying about? I mean, that sounds like you're.
I'm saying I'm the man, and he beat me. He over doubled me.
And Calvin off to a hot start as well. 3 down through 4.
Great birdies from James and Calvin. Nikko and I take pars onto hole 5, 285. This one's down a tunnel, finishing right. Nice spot for a JK AVR if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Rip it straight up the middle, get a little bit of turnover, gently down to the right. Also, the forehand flex is very much in play. You do have to be careful of that stone wall. Again, out of bounds on the left side. Really no OB on the right, just a lot of woods.
And there's that last tree on the corner that you can't quite see from the tee, so it's kind of hard to account for. But you really have to keep this thing straight for so long and get this very last minute break off to the right. James going with this JK AVR that he started breaking in last year.
It's a little early, but it's perfect.
That's inside that corner tree that you have to miss.
A little bit lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin going with the forehand here, and not so much a flex, just a hyzer, and this is going to need to slow down. And that skipped to, I would say, 45 feet.
Okay, and that's going to be a lot of trees, little tiny saplings in the way between his lie and the basket.
So if you can see this last white tree on the left, right next to the stone wall, that's kind of my aim point. And what I try to do is throw my forehand to the left of it.
Yeah,
and then swing back just long of the pin.
I don't buy it.
I go for that gap because I like to finish long of the pin. Just good for my mental
Shut up.
mental attitude.
Left side of that tree. Wow, if you are an inch right, that is kicking off that wall out of bounds. Fortunate break there.
Definitely. Nikko with a perfect flex with the destroyer.
Yeah, that is how you do it. That's getting it done there. Nikko showing off the forehand technical abilities to the forehand technical master himself.
Here's Calvin for a birdie. Just a little low.
And perfect result there.
James in for 2.
5 down through 5. And that's the longest putt he's had to make so far.
That little graphic said the second park job of the round, but I would argue that's woefully low.
Yeah.
There's quite a few more.
Yeah, that's the furthest he's been.
Yeah.
So if that's a park job, then they're all park jobs.
Yeah. I would call it 5. Hole 6, par 3, 365 feet. This one's going downhill to the left. Great spot for a backhand mid-range on a little bit of a hyzer. You really don't even need that overstable of a disc because you kind of want some glide. There is this one tree kind of dead center fairway. You just want to miss that one any way you can and get down there near the stone wall. The stone wall is not OB here. Just get down there, hit 40 short, take your skip, clean up a birdie.
Yeah, when you throw, as soon as this disc comes out of your hand, as long as you hit this initial gap, you just kind of turn your head sideways and listen to make sure you don't hit that one in the middle.
See what James does with it.
Oh, looking like he's going with
He's
a putter.
going to be inside.
Way inside. And another fortunate break. And golly, he's going to be 6 down through 6. And that's going to tie him for the longest he's been away from, furthest he's been from the basket, about 13 feet.
And I'm going with Mako 3.
A little bit of hyzer. A little bit of stand-up.
It's looking like James is, but it's way worse.
Well, you should have thrown it a little bit more inside. That was a dumb mistake.
I know. What am I doing?
That's an unfortunate break. A little bit too tight. Nikko hanging it out there.
Don't hit it.
Just
Yeah, nice shot.
barely, narrowly avoiding.
That's the perfect shot. I mean, I would like to be around that tree, ideally, I think.
I think that's
I knew out of my hand that I had kind of weaked mine a little bit. And Calvin is super early. I believe that is like a champion rhino.
It is
or
a
something.
champion rhino. Yeah, it's a zipper top champion rhino. It's something he was throwing a lot during the Fox Run course. And he's going to go with it again. Super overstable. He says that this disc has actually gotten more overstable over time because it starts off with a flashing that makes the disc straight. And as the flashing wears away, it gets more overstable.
Well, that's strange.
It's backwards. It's like the Benjamin Button of discs.
Oh, man.
Woeful effort there. He doesn't even know how to stand up after that.
No, that'll make you weak in the knees for sure when you see one come out of your hand like that. James is 6 under through 6.
Yeah.
So
That's to be noted.
text your friends. It's going down right now.
Yeah, Birdie Fest once again has
Commenced.
Yep. The bands are playing, and James is the only one that can hear the music.
He's swaying to the music. Absolutely.
That's just the way he walks, but he's definitely listening to music. Like he has some invisible headphones that none of us can see.
James going to get away with the only birdie here. Kind of surprising on this hole, I think, that the other three of us were not able to make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, 34% of the field, about a third of the field was birdieing the hole. So yeah, you'd expect, especially on the lead card,
2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, all those drives were pretty close besides Calvin's, and just didn't quite get the breaks.
Hole 7 is a par 4, 665 feet. The drone is taking a very strange line to the basket here. Almost all players are going to go to the right and play a straight backhand and then another backhand up the hill. This fairway here is really reserved for your Kolings, your odd birds. Only your odd birds are going to go
turnover forehand routes. Well, you have to imagine that these drones have a certain battery life, and the straightest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Cut the corner. But we are going to see all of these guys go straight, including this guy named me. It feels weird saying these guys when it's about to be me.
Yeah,
and James takes a bad break off that rock.
Yep.
It's not impossible from there.
No.
That was a Star Thunderbird. I'm going with a Drew Gibson Leopard 3.
And that's standing up just a little bit.
That's a nice little skip, and that's pretty much the spot.
That's a really great shot. Not sure what Nikko's throwing, but he is looking great doing it.
Can't argue that. And Nikko's just a bit inside, perhaps. Hopefully not too close to that tree.
There are a ton of trees in this inside route. The perfect drive is really the only way that you can give yourself a good look at the pin.
And Vinny is a little right.
That's that champion eagle that he was throwing so well during round 1. Having to just play a layup here with the that rhino, and no way to get anywhere near the basket after that tee shot.
Nikko is a bit stymied here. Good commitment, but it still doesn't quite have enough juice.
Yeah.
Long putt left.
That was a great shot to get all the way up there from where he was.
James gets to kind of edge of circle 2 territory.
All right, well, he's going to be tested for a birdie for the first time in the round.
Definitely. And I'm going to go with another different Leopard 3, Star Leopard 3 here. Heiser, take a little skip, about 40 feet maybe.
But it looks like you have an open putt.
Open putt.
Elevated basket makes things a little bit different.
Calvin kind of hung this out, but it's not too far.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy with that out of his hand, but often from that distance, you're still going to be fine.
Right.
Nikko from about 70 feet. And James from 60 to keep the streak alive.
Are you kidding?
He would do that. Wow. I was so
What's the word?
amazed and happy for him. You know, that was just an amazing clutch shot.
Wow. Look
You
at
can
this
see
guy,
he's
man.
getting fired up.
Oh, man.
Oh, double SloMez. I like that. I was scared he's going to steal my thunder. I wasn't going to get slow.
Oh, you got the slow-mo. The slow-me.
Yeah, that was fun. Calvin in for par.
Easy work there, and Nikko should be tapping in his par as well. But wow, what a hot start. I mean, we're really seeing James come into his own. MVP just crushes it. And I mean, just starting off so freaking hot here. This is unbelievable. There's a hole that's going to challenge your birdie streak.
Gosh,
It's the brand new hole 8.
Yeah, brand new hole, 610 feet, going pretty uphill the whole way. More uphill than it looks. I know we say that a lot, but it's true every time. There's really not a great gap off the tee. You've got to hit a very narrow gap with a ton of power to get up here into this area, and then you've still got all of 300 to the pin.
I don't know how I feel about these last 4 that are kind of in the fairway. The hole is so difficult, the tee shot's so tough, and you have these kind of scragglers here, and then there's even some more up by the basket. It's just so difficult. I guess it's not bad that those trees are there. It just makes it kind of random on that approach. Like once you throw a perfect tee shot like this,
That's
my gosh.
a piped Thunderbird right there, finding that small fairway and really just amazing, right to the spot.
Yeah, that short pad is kind of the indication of where a good drive is, and he cleared that by about 50 feet.
I'm going ultra aggressive roller, as I'm known to do. Hit the first tree. Didn't really think that would. I didn't really think about that being an option.
Yeah.
Nikko saw me and he was like, "Never tried this before, but I'm going to do it."
Oh, and do it he does.
Yeah, and he went in the woods there. I kind of felt bad because he was like, I never practiced that. How's that going to be? I'm like, I think it'll be fine. And he got up there and it was way in the woods. And he was like, oh, yeah.
Well, he still made it up quite a bit. I mean, part of the shot is just getting the distance.
What I told him is it's better than a lot of places, namely where mine is.
Yeah, right. Well, Calvin is just taking all of James's lines.
James again.
This is the third time that Calvin says anything you can do, I can do almost better.
I threw this for you.
Did you really? You knew I was going to be watching.
Yep, I did.
Look at this full flex. This is beautiful. What is that?
Sidewinder.
You threw a sidewinder sidearm? I'm so proud of you, man. That's a beautiful shot. And Nikko definitely in the woods there, having to play a layup. And that's a great shot, but, you know, those two spots where you and Nikko are, I mean, there's still, like I said, there's got those four guardians that kind of make things not the easiest.
And James is a little bit right. Sneaking through. Parked. The streak continues. He kind of missed his line there, but it got through.
This is how you win world championships.
Calvin off the tree, like maybe 35.
The hardest hole in the course.
This is it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
4.44 average.
I'm going Sexton Firebird.
That's a nice shot from back there.
I'm so happy at this time to be putting for par after my drive.
Yeah. And Nikko likes where you are, decides he's going to match it once again.
Calvin for another birdie.
I mean, James is just running away with this lead card action right now. The birdie here is going to put him 7 strokes ahead of his card mate Nikko Locastro. And we're not even to the front 9 yet.
Here's Nikko to save his par.
Oh no. That was a pretty brutal punishment there. That was not that bad of a putt.
Birdie for James.
Wow. And Calvin in for his par. Nikko tapping for his bogey. Now James is actually 8 strokes through 8 holes ahead of his card mate. Even for the round so far for Nikko.
Hole 9, par 3, 370 feet. This one is slightly downhill and then kind of up over a rise. Beautiful hole. You just really have to pipe it. The best play, I think, is the backhand that hits that hillside and kind of just hits it flat, just slides up over to the pin. It's a cool new hole, though. I mean, if you're coming in too fast, you can go way long. There's really bad rough on either side. Just kind of a point and shoot type of shot you really have to execute.
Yeah, they did a ton of work to get this hole ready. You can see it's mulched the whole way down. I can't imagine how many stumps and roots there were that they had to contend with.
James with the MD4. It's parked. Are you surprised?
I'm beginning to just get used to this. This is just insane.
I'm going to go Leopard 3.
This is just
a little left, and this kick is awful.
This is a difficult hole.
I agree.
It might not look like it's a difficult hole. It's downhill 370, but it's a difficult hole. The angle is tricky.
And Calvin with the rock shot. Him and James are sort of like, they got a soul bond going right now.
That's insane. 4 drives where James just throws the absolute perfect shot, and Calvin does it a little. This is the first time he didn't outdrive him, and it's actually good.
Yeah.
He actually did it better for the 4th time.
And Nikko piping it as well.
Wow.
3 fantastic shots.
Yeah, those are really, really well done.
And 1 absolute disaster shot. So yeah, I'm looking at 2-foot windows here, multiple 2-foot windows. Hit 1 or 2 of them. Did not hit the 3rd one. It was absolutely terrible right there.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to see a lot of times in these brand new holes. You just haven't had a chance to get worked in yet, and the rough is just that. It's rough.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in there.
Yeah, unfortunate there. I didn't throw a great shot, but I would have loved to not take a 50-foot kick to the left. Great birdie for Nikko. He doesn't love the putt. It was a little ugly, but it's in.
I have no idea what he's saying. Calvin's giving James the nod on CTP. Kind of sad we didn't get the double FollowFlight there. Those are just two perfectly matched tee shots. Beautiful.
9 under through 9. James Conrad.
We've seen that a few times this year. We've seen Paul do it a couple times.
Look at all the green.
It's a perfect front nine.
If you don't click the back nine video, I don't know who you are.
Something's wrong
Like, you
with you.
need to see this. This guy is, it's insane. On fire. There's your leaders. Ulibarri and Macbeth moving really well. Both the Pauls playing great. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back very shortly with round 2 back 9 lead card coverage from the World Championships.